We're down here at the Tennessee Knockout, race number 2 on Saturday to qualify into the Sunday main events. The top 30 riders from this race go to Sunday. This is my 3rd year doing the Tennessee Knockout. I have yet to make it to Sunday. This year, though, I felt good. I pre-qualified into this second race. I didn't have to race in the morning. So I'm rested up. I'm ready to go. I got this top 30. Here we go. Little slow getting over that log. So one thing right off the bat, I mentioned this in the prologue race, it is so dry. Unbelievably dry. Normally, it's so slippery out here, you can't even go in a straight line. At this point, I'm on the ground normally. So I'm just blown away. I'm not even set up for this type of terrain. I'm expecting to be pushing the bike, not riding pretty fast over it. Taking it right now. This is the only wet spot you're going to see. This little stream section. In the beginning here, I'm just getting my feel. I mentioned in the prologue, I was coming off an illness. I had a really bad headache during the prologue. So I was just kind of feeling myself out, and I was feeling good. I'm like, all right, yeah, baby, we can push. I'm feeling good. Oh yeah, there's a pass. I catch up to someone else here, and I apologize. I can't tell who everybody is just by their looks. Normally, I can see the number on the helmet and match that up, but in this case, our numbers are on the front number plate, and I can't see it even looking back at the footage when I pass. So, here I am. I'm setting up on this guy. I'm finna get around him here. My new term, finna. Oh, yeah, go, go, go! Oh, man, I should have given her some orange juice there. Well, actually, it's still a hard enduro. There's boulders and rocks and stuff to send you flying, so can't just hold her wide open. Oh, I see an opportunity. Go, 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 go! Oh, okay, okay, okay. A lot of people, this is the point where you gotta look good. Hill climb. Get to the top of this hill. This lady is shouting. I saw her the next day. She had no voice. She was cheering for everybody. And I looked her up. Mary is her name. Moto Photos. She does photos of these hard enduros. I'll put a link in the description because they're really awesome photos. Oh, I'm able to make a pass here. That guy got a little off the trail. But that is when I catch up to Will. This is Will Preston. And you might know him from American Hard Enduro. He hosts the American Hard Enduro podcast, which, by the way, I've listened to every episode, and they shouted me out in the last episode. But seriously, if you don't know what American Hard Enduro is, I don't know what you're doing here. Go check them out. We're working through some of the more technical parts of the track here, but it is so dry, it's not much of a challenge. If you watch the video from 2 years ago, my first Tennessee Knockout, we ran this direction of the track. I couldn't do any of this. Oh, Will has a washout there in the powder berm. I'm able to get around him. Good thing I took that wide line, otherwise it would have been a fender up the tailpipe. It was kind of a relief when you weren't behind anybody. You could see the ground. Otherwise, the dust left this haze, and you couldn't see any of the rocks and roots and those hands that pull you to the ground. Thank you! Whoa there, bud. Jeez. Whoa, did you guys see that squirrel? Oh no, that was me out there. I'm getting getting squirrely. Holy cow, that's a bad joke. Bad joke. Hauling. I was hauling the sandwiches home, bringing the bread to the table. I was just thinking, nobody's passed me, and I've only passed a couple people. It's pretty even. Meaning the prologue sorted us all out pretty well. Now, yeah, it's really dry and there's nothing super hard that's hanging people up, but I'm just saying, that prologue worked pretty well, I think. I mean, it put everybody kind of where they should have started. The only thing that makes me hesitant about prologues is they're usually the day before the race, which means I have to get to the race one day earlier, which means I'll have to take time off of work, and if I want to do all the hard enduros, it gets tricky. I get to the rock gardens. These have killed me in the past, but it's dry, and I'm able to just point and shoot. So I took my time through them, just real gentle, didn't want to make any mistakes, and it was really uneventful. This was so odd coming through here and having it so dry, because I remember the first year I did the Tennessee Knockout, I was on this hill. I didn't think I was going to make it. Hopeless, lost, confused, being my first hard enduro. And here I am coming through, and it's so dry. It's almost sad. Like something's missing. It was weird. I mean, it was just a different TKO. This is where the dust was killing me. You just couldn't see at certain times. I was waiting for the right opportunity to make some passes here, kind of just tagging behind these guys, waiting for an opportunity. Section's called the uphill swamp. Now we're going down it this year, so I guess it's the downhill swamp, although it's quite dry, so the downhill desert. As I come down it, I see a line to the right. Go, 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 go! There's a pass. Now we gotta go up this. Super good traction. I'm just tanking. I'm powering up it. Making some passes. I just want to keep it going. Keep it going. Come on, man. Oh! I fell back on the bike. Just kind of lost it there and tipped over. No harm done. I get the bike back up. I lost those 2 positions that I just worked for, which stinks. But I get the bike up, I'm off. I'm good. There's a problem. I'm stuck in first gear. I get off the bike, I grab a rock. I gotta bend it back, but, how am I gonna do that? It is stuck in there. It's wedged under there. I'm thinking, I gotta change it out. I gotta change the shifter. Luckily, in my pack, I've got my handy-dandy tool and a spare shifter. I thread locked this thing on there so good, it wasn't going easy. I'm in there trying to get this thing off. I should have brought the impact gun in my pack. But I'm struggling, I'm rushing, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's over! And I started yelling, just frustrated. Turning this stupid thing, I'm loosening the shifter, and I'm thinking, it's taking too long. I get it really loose, and that's when I realize, okay, I can work with this. I can shift it. It's loose, it's barely on there, to be honest. But it's gonna work. I don't care. If I get it in a second, I'm happy. It'll work. It's super loose. From the time I got off the bike to the time I got back on it, 2.5 minutes went by. I am down 2.5 minutes. What I didn't realize when I loosened the shifter that much, I actually backed it off so far that it wasn't on the splines of the shift shaft. So the shifter dropped down to the frame. And it's not even on the spline. So if I use it, if I move it, it's just spinning. It's not turning the shift shaft. So I am stuck in second gear. I can't go up and I can't go down. Second gear it is. A lot was running through my head at this point after that repair. I'm thinking, man, what do I have to do to catch up? Can I do it? Am I even in the ballpark? And I'm just thinking, and I don't know. I just keep going. That's all I do. I made a few mistakes like this. And it was very annoying because I'm like, oh, I'm in second gear. I can't get out of second. So it's a little little more clutch work to get the bike going on those hills. But I start getting some hope. I see dust, and I'm like, all right, that means there's people. And it gets me moving. Okay, I make the pass. side of the mountain. The trails were perfect for second gear. I was like, this is awesome. Perfect. And I could just rail some of this stuff. Section here, we drop into the stream bed. Again, this is where first gear would have been preferred. Somebody's up ahead, so I was pushing. I started really pushing at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm grabbing positions back. I'm grabbing stuff back. Oh, and it's Robbie Lease Jr. It's always a fast section after I get around someone. Hard to see right here, and the light, you can see the sun is like a strobe light in the camera. Same thing with your eyes. It was really tricky. Nice, so now there's open trail, no dust, I can push. I can sense we're getting towards the end, and I'm just trying to ride it out strong. There were some stream sections, and this is the worst part, because I would have much rather have done these in first gear. sent us through was this riverbed. This is where we did the prologue, except for we came down it. Now we're going up it. I think it's a little more challenging going up, and I made some mistakes. So I struggle busted through here. Holy cow, that was bad. And the camera runs out of battery right here. I finish her up. I come in 32nd. 3.5 seconds from 30th place. But I didn't make it. Now, last year they did an LCQ, and I was hoping there was a glimmer of hope they were going to do it, but this year there was not enough time, and they didn't do the LCQ. So I didn't get into Sunday, and I was bummed. It was really sad, but Adam and Mike made it, and I stayed around Sunday. I cheered them on. I cheered everybody on, and it was fun to watch. I wish I was racing it, but hey, there's next year. Hope you guys all enjoyed. We'll see you on the next episode, which will be Saddleback, the last hard enduro of the season. See you out there.